Memo biara kwaba eba PENDREAM TV. Say we are new to the channel, subscribe to channel and click the notification bell no so. Like ejumadi no na share ma afofron so ensa enkabi. Na Al-Wahab Farouk ede ensembi atodwa. Era ye granted the interview ewa Top FM. Ani ye bisa no say hwan e na yemfa Ghana enhye ne nsa. Sisi aye wo mu ye nim say Ghana for bebre na esu afre former President John Dramani Mahama. Say omra and I say Ghana for ento abamano. Na onsa meto na nyuma pa one way no so. Al-Wahab Farouk so ache na dwen afa obi a Ghana for ento abamano. Eye baomia. Eye Kennedy ohene e Japan and I say eye former President John Dramani Mahama. Bepesa obeka me ho. Na yakotie eye ensema and I say sene Al-Wahab Farouk e kan nsem. PENDREAM TV wo another platform a ye friend no PENDREAM FM e hono ye je wadwen kire efa ensema ekoso ewo omai Ghana. Ya obene say obe send a voice note and answer a video of your message afa number ya eda o screen so no you be publish ama amansan ate wonka. And don't forget say obe subscribe to PENDREAM FM number near 0277128777.
Whenever I say ma PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo
Mr. Farouk Al-Wahab.
Yes.
International diplomatic consultant.
Kwabro Usuajiman.
Champion.
Young Kasa.
So also do my Ghana to say the debia obetnasia o kana Ghana for ajiwa tum say wadwemu do no. At this time, why pani nya yanka for manage is no lady 2024.
Ghana should give the country to somebody who has a business mind.
Okay, wait. And sa nipa idea, nipa means and then nipa for na wo business nipa too.
How would you know, sir, His Excellency former your friends the vice president only business mind?
Oh. Me nipa too. Okay, radio and I said debate me miss our quiz. Say nipa for we him for na wo show more background or more business mind like you said.
Nyina obi o.
Debi o. Debi.
Ma mention what there. Ghana, you know our.
But what do you mean by business mind?
This country doesn't need politics. That is my simplest answer. We don't need politics. His Excellency former President John Mahama. If he will rule Ghana, his second coming, or third coming, or fourth coming in the future, as a businessman and run the country as an enterprise, so be it. His Excellency Kojo Alanche Martin, former trade minister, so person run Ghana, no be play politics, sir. We don't need that. Vice President Baumia say politics up. We don't need politics in this country. Politics has never helped in Ghana. Minister of Agric, me pacho. So person politics and or they be running Ghana. We've had political speech and speeches. We've seen politics. We've tasted politics. We've smelled politics. We've eaten politics. It has never helped the country. You can't have politics. Abra yetimisi dangu nurem. You can't do politics. Abra hospital till today. Emma echo labor and half in half in the survival. We cannot. Intimately say it's a full enterprise. Wouldn't be. That is a country. We know the engine of growth. You know, the private sector.
The time now so but we are 10 minutes.
You have become.
We say we are maso.
Oh, private sector. No, are stronger than most. Yenya ni force akọ the middle class. Nya government be no be akọ middle class. Because how many Ghanaians need salary?
Top radio.
How many Ghanaians? Now 35 million populated nation. Who are just about 3 or 4 something percent. Nipa year juma wotu tax enu 1 million. Into one national country in Bepemde. So it's a business country. And if it is a business country there, we hear trade, you hear trade liberalization. You hear tax. Say ube losing tax. So that they can gainfully employ more people, and then the more they recruit, the more that you can take tax. Until the thing is, say nipa ni 1,000, and I bet you be 2 cities. You get 2,000. Nemo moko taxi nipa 20 at a higher rate. No one 1,500. Abra 2,000 wasting no. That is what we are talking about. And the Ghana must Tinubu Asuwaju Nigeria upon say waya kokra. So to say, see a cancer business minder, he is more than Atiku. Yaka business minder, Obi Emma. It is said, Obaya dia na onya de hangs in the balance. But if he's to do and run Nigeria like a business harbor, he's a man to watch. Again, yenya obia no ye akokra business minded Senegalese president Al-Wahab Obe president almost 77 years. And yama onyane oyen within that 10 years no African president what
say ye hwe dey wo ko dey omo mukuta business adwen pa
na country den ye be
ye kana Japan ne Pabnadufo
mintimi nchiro se
no for nipa mabo dey omo mienu
da bi wo ma kan nyina so obu a on business skills so dey tey and I'm just say you ka 2025 na me
2020
enti bia no ye president at 2024 as we speak today enti me can say whoever is prepared to run Ghana as a business. And if you are running Ghana to say private business, you don't want to lose. Private business and private enterprise, is a sole proprietorship. Running Ghana to say sole proprietorship. O pese unyam faso. And I'm saying, say, don't come and tell me, say, cocoa and no traditional export. Now gold in origin, gold is not economic viable product.
Obi my testament message say, o can say, second Japan lusu primary sir.
Yes.
On try independent.
Papa,
why that then cancer?
I said that because MPP NDC Omako holidays are check. MPP NDC from 1992 abepim 2023 year 24. Party ni me 8 governments no. Omo margin of election no. Saying year MPP be win no 50.8. 9DC nam 49.7. Yeah, and this be when no 50.2, then people 48.7. What does it tell you? Margin is around 200,000, it be 150,000. The only time was 2016. And now listen to the interesting analysis. If we should get a third party, I'm not talking about whoever. If we should get a third party, say in the example second the Japan I'm not a politician, I'm not campaigning, I'm not saying anything. Yeah. So if a third party come, another obi features up in Ghana ha kwabra so timi make gains enya 1.5 million and solidly 1.2 million floating voters and students 1.5 million voters for a third party. Ghana MPP and this will be no when the government da.
Oh,
nobody. They cannot.
13 million plus net to about 2020.
And I'm just a 30 million plus.
NDC 6 million.
Yeah, no,
plus.
yes.
MPP 6 million.
6 million plus. And to see a benya party be no be room. No imagine there be 1.4, near 1.5 2024 election. So 2 parties no. You buy a run of more than 30. And what will happen? What will happen is one of them has to be forced and make concessions. What does it mean? It means say NDC na person who power already we lead it. In that case, say yama we den o kokofa sa independent and as a middle party na pitobi in Ghana no o kokofa sa party man be your vice president. That will be the turning point in the change of Ghana. That will be the turning point. We had the opportunity to have a hung parliament. I benya 133 plus 1. Mene papa no and come ye hero wa Ghana ha. But because of Ghana politics and politics, any misunderstanding of socio-political ideologies in Intino, he has to go to MPP. Of course, he's from MPP. And Okonya 137 again. So there's a majority and there's a minority. But indeed, so a tremu and lawyer said, the man is the deciding factor of Ghana. And that would have been the changing point of this country.
That independent candidate
yes.
for parliament.
Yes.
Naka Ghana bit
because our party will be out to man yonko. Oma MPP on to man DC. The NDC is on to man.
But any part for you, one independent will be to mania, sir, 1.5 million.
But you should know, sir. Mr. Alanchamati want me to independent because we're deep rooted MPP. Yes. Vice President, Onono is coming from a certain legacy. And indeed, as I've said, I will give in to His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He's the only politician in Ghana who has given a political birth. No, none of them. From Jerry Rawlings up to Obianuaye political birth. Onono feature Baumia 2008 from nowhere, 2012, 2016, 2020. And to give a political birth with confidence. Whether so many are there, no many are that hangs in the balance. I'm talking about politics now. But Woma can it will not be possible say His Excellency the Vice President Becker say me independent as against his legacy groups. It will be very difficult say His Excellency Alan Chamati say drew me so Obaka say or call independence not possible. Yes, the same thing in the honorable Canada Japan where MPP ni. Of course you don't expect the president where NDC why former president so ono ye ono dey scoff so we expect say or the NDC na beba okay Mr. Adofo onso sunya or the NDC na beba enti me say obi betima ye saa de na I'm saying say Canada Japan can test that waters because there was strong opposition and challenges between the two. And in event, I will say it any platform. In event, so when Timam BT Alan and Timam BT the vice president now on your day on pull it out. What does it mean? Miminim and Usunim say the popularity that he has. Any beer was saying 7,000 workers are employed. All things being equal. So also extension of family aggregated, put together, Obetimanya 1.2 million. Onya 1.2 million was decider of Ghana, the factor. The connecting factor, and Mimino may pull out. Nipa 1.5. MPP win Mamshe, NDC win Mamshe. That will be the end of Ghana politics.
Farouk Al-Wahab and out in Can you hear radical person to lead Ghana?
That will be you.
But that's it. We
don't need only a radical person. We need somebody who understands socio-economic dynamics and running a country and running a country like a business. Ghana needs a businessman. Politician be no bet my country because we speak politics.
Now our have Farouk Ekasawe no osanka ensembi efa ye man pani na adodankwa akufuado nensembi a waka afa Israel Palestinian omontokwa ya ekosoi eno so mepesa obejebre na wati ensema our have Farouk Ekai.
I'm aware that I've come to Washington at a sensitive time in the life of this great city. For apart from the daily repercussions of having to deal with the consequences of Russia's 18-month-old aggression against the sovereign nation of Ukraine, the city has now to cope also this week with the effects of Hamas's violent invasion of Israel, with all its repercussions for peace in the Middle East. Invasion of Israel.
Yeah, that's a papa. Obia onim sa Israel ni Palestinian for ntokwa yi ne kofare bai ni ade no. Wadaroma Santa wantawa yi a eda Israel ni Palestinian for entemi no. Eba ne sen.
Mincham na mincha ekifo. It's very simple. Say your mind be and say utimi kasa simuli a resolve. Now would de-escalate the issue between the two. It should be no country in this world than United Kingdom, British. And it sounds and it looks fair. After this mess now, it's one hypocritic country. Now they're sitting behind, looking at what is going on. And he said, if we are to talk about historical, biblical, Quranic versions, it is not for our time and for our consumption for now. However, Yenim said, Ekrobi asasibi a daho na ye the Jewish, the Israelites in the years and naso. But then for several millennium of years, they left the place and it became a vacant land. What does it mean? What it means in the Sauba baby to say Ashanti region. A cra more friend Pechi. A be a friend trader. Or more forest the whole. Sa forest, These are forests, Abekase. In years, it was once a town, and not predominantly in creative swinging and Dodonana. Nay, a titi hopeful could be a nipper be a better ho, a woo, a two, a man may mira, and then the powerful for Sabetraso. So it means say, and the Kumase Tafo say, and Konfobi, sorry, about say Tafone and the artist duty mostly Ashanti history, and Nayana no Dodona, and Takasa, Sabisotum for decades and Utia, Utimichre, a reverse, Omo Betnaho, Omo Dia Kunyano, and Sana Bidui today. It is a looking at it from that background that it means that Jew for Hono. And Israelites in town, they dispersed and quiet. Before say 1939 Second World War need the Israelis, the Jewish square at that time. The country that was occupying and taking the place was the British. And the British, and they occupied the side of the eastern belts of the east coast of the Mediterranean side of the continent. Now, these Israelites, Palestinians, and the better assassin for years longer, or similarly like the years Jew for no acquire. So when the Jews were not finding any place, any part of the world, ebi could be France, ebi be Europe, Swiss Jews, German Jews, Italian Jews, their friends Russian Jews, Hungarian Jews, almost dispersed around the world, and then Brazil, etc. So those who had gone back, this land had been over the years and years have been occupied by the Arabs, and the British were the one in control. So they had rather talk to the Palestinians for say, "Omo no mati oma ko, momo baby and omuntina." And this we are talking about no longer than the years after the Second World War in 1947. And Chai Asimbian in Chayu, and no more betina ho, and no mutiho. Side by side, Ombetina Hall, and a British for we are no Fabi who say, "When you Bruni we fit a new way Arab." And the sign that here, Israel for Babika Krana, Palestinian for Momo Montrano, Palestine for can say, Ampa, Yenyanemo, Yanemo Kakasabaku. And every Palestinian be Jewish language, Jewish Libya Arab, and Womotiho, and Womama as I say, Yentina. And a British turning around. Oh, Israel a state as a country. And we just Palestine for no. So we need self-determination to more British for no show also. And I'm saying, been Americans say, ne, we be free baby, but not Sasafo. Ne, they are 2 years Sasafo, you know, but say. And say, the simplest word understanding. Said there be. Yet the Amakine Moko Eba and a Bibiania, and Yabatan Abbey crew. But Musanamatian Makodia, Elsasini bin Montraso. Palestine for no doors which Israelites. Palestine for territory, no, a year West Bank, Gaza, Ramallah, a hominian, a switch Israel, the Israel from south, would be free Jerusalem, and the Akogat Wana. Top Ninano, a year less than 200 kilometers, and a width. Left to right, that is the eastern to western, and 90 kilometers. Israel no him for. Small country. In two Bashase, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, now be Hebron, now the Aka Nazareth, Tunis, Krona Buboni, Gina, or Babumina, Arab furniture. Obi a wako pilgrimage, our Israel. Sabi, as of full Kumasi or Mako Israel. And he said, Gaza Strip, ye can't want some young Topan. Gaza Strip, no Jew for the Jerusalem, oh Jerusalem, your coho, a pilgrim, baby, I see Yeshu, baby, I see we, Abraham, Jacob, this, Enoch, Nina, who Nebuchadnezzar, and Nina, apart from Barnabas, ne Lazarus, she is see more Cyprus. Saka, Sankroni, Arab full crew. But Tomo, the Oman, your margin so many Israel for Nintina. But rather number Israel state, a country, no, was the Arab for no, a part of the region. The region, they say, Yadu Homafi, the any more no, a Krumka near there, an Arab wanted Debbie. Omid women with the assistance and support of the same hypocrite British and the Americans. And the big two brave dear, your throw will be, say Arafat. What's it there be? May your movement. Intimate in the Palestinian Liberation Organization, no, our no, what the said. Yeah, bread and more tea, and assassin, yeah, so developer and assassin. Now, I'm just saying a man better than Bianca Israel, who need the country Israel. Papa sending in any, and what PNO, British and Americans, and Israel for starting Buomo, Ekumomo, e pamo chese Arafat yoma genso mbekuno eno tude ni PLO no ekotra Lebanon. Into those days no Lebanese phone kwana PLO no ko Arafat and ma Israel and Lebanon for binya Hezbollah issue. Not Syria for also no Damascus ni Israel and Tokwan. The same say in support for their brothers go no na region ho. Na mumu ni ha. It is one bad ya and now badia no mutra babia yama babia tell me two mo and when the ma Syria any Lebanon ni the Arab states around no Israel for nya problem. And among America for jump into it. Into anything that we call the destiny of American the eye of America no the Israeli politics until from Jefferson until one United States president who to me has ever been the most truthful and straightforward American president that just solve the problem once and for all, and that was Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton in 1993. And less than 8 months in Clinton's administration, and what me ma kwine and ma say yes Arafat unko exabim until the Chrome Palestine because say the it was not nice. Clinton and originated what is called the Oslo Accord in Norway. Our dear say Arafat and Yitzhak Rabin Edomuba one, not the time of Moshe Dayan. Not the time of only all the Israeli prime ministers, Obiano making sure so best solve that issue we see. Which because an American UK for almost support, but Clinton came and met one John Major because that time na anti Maggie Margaret Thatcher, one John Ronald Reagan, into John Major time, any Clinton time, and Omka say try to solve. And share Oslo for the first time for them to have a handshake. Until then, no. Yes, Arafat. That was 1974. I know till Lebanon. And we Johnny free Lebanon. And we Babetina Ukraine near friend Tunisia. We be on him Tunisia. Northern your friend is Coastal Town, Hamamlet, Hamamet, and Hamam Shot. Hamam Shot, your one and PLO. Yes, Arafat. I want to know deep. The leader, and I say, we're a Palestinian president, more or less, in disguise. And the Israel said, oh, my point, and Massa Association as a state. Oh, my point, and the world and recognize Palestine as a country. Now, I say, we want Kasa. None of that, and I never anything. Wama baby atina wosi wo meyen record na wo de wo ye country into organization association ko mu kom wabo ma se kroma eno kwa so nti ase. They went to Tunisia ekoye operation bi anu mo friend wooden leg operation wooden leg 1985 eko kum yes Arafat eto put to Arafat no or yira one year nyame na yi ni free because the general so mu na mkukum mo Tunisia after no mo chase you out from Lebanon. The world did not speak until say Clinton buy obey peace we making sure you start them for all and will push an agenda to solve the issue. And there have been any Ishaq only your friend is saying only Arafat Ebeg award, the peace award our Norway. Any more and Israel for the Jewish FC. Yes, Ishaq Rabin. Omo away bibia a Jew for you so. Omo friend Din Rodef. Din Rodef for me say Obia. That is the Jewish culture tradition. Say Omo there or the BBC na nisu obeye. It's ideologically, politically no. A year Ishaq Rabin can say or ye pursuer. And you pursue the agenda of peace between these two countries and they anger the conservative Israelis. In 1985, your friend say, 1995 now, Omukum Yishak Rabin, that November, Al-Wahab, I was there as a translator. I was in that place. It was my second mission of translation.
Now, hobby. as a translator.
I mean, some Israel, Ghana for Kumasi, Millicent, so Mutia. Let them tell you, I came there as a translator. I was working there. I was at the Rabin Square, baby. I know your campaign. I was Tel Aviv, Beersheba. Beersheba, Hona, obey campaign. No, Ojina campaign, crowd. I know, and the crowd was their political year, or yeah. Or Sako the second term and the party quite rally or rally no Shababia Nako Krani Gina. Any crowd I never ho. And if you girl Amir, a small boy of 25 years, now no say Israeli snipers are two Wasako training boy na said. The idea of Yitzhak Rabin and Makwama Palestine for or be signed the final agreement say a country you recognize no say no mumpe. And no could see boy na hwe nipa crowd fan say yi showdown ya na ya Wãrned Canada ya pon be Kumasi na obi gina crowd ni mu na wonye dangerous sniper wonye well location trained sniper obetimi you etuo abra wo days ni so nipa wo days ni so ko be 25 to 30 or 100 otimi tutu amana nka obi akobo Rabin o tutu ni wanjande ko nipa no tutu ntino ntimi mpie and no so ni mu you guy am here ya che na ho na and no say yes the reason I work on what to you no etuon kwa wangu ho we yeah you know we de ne call Tel Aviv Ishivol Hospital Ishivol Hospital ho no de ne call and according to them or that theater bed is so mu preaching we and the conspiracy theory has that then ya no correct it was part of the conspiracy theory. And now we are the finish no. After Yitzhak Rabin, we are Clinton baby in the term 2001. We are no. And then be this year. A beka yes Arafat. And yes Arafat. Any Uhud Barak. Far before say Bibi Netanyahu munina bebano. Not those other conservatives who be one person peace no. Clinton be demoralized because the person no ne yes adeno and yakunu yakun Rabin 9 years after the death of Rabin and now also Western culture because yes Arafat was married to a French woman abra for whichever reason or yarea na Tunis na shano and na Egypt for na shano no yahu de ya na ire pega na den call France or what France no yes Arafat could not come back again and on so should be we and Arafat should be we and Arafat be we no papa that was the end and sana sa Hamas for we said no e kwan na mafa so dia fa ache no se piolo motumagu no and Arafat wu a yes so say rebels yeah they young boys we don't care Yemfa Mahmoud Abbas ho Yemfa Mahmoud Shataya ho Omni omu prime minister ye de ye be seize power ye ni Israel for bekon that has been the rule Bush Jr. Eba Clinton wanya ho hwe Obama the worst of all wanya ho hwe meanwhile Africa ye ma ye say Arafat we the African Union, AOAU and the AU at the time, then they recognize the Palestinian state as a country. Emma, yes, Arafat, no near UN because America for, France for, US, UK for, any except Russia and China. Oma can now veto say, Oma the Oman as a Palestinian and remain as a part of Israeli territory, whereas that should not be the case. It should be the opposite way around. Country Ben recognize the Palestinian. India was the first country to recognize the Abofonin on mine, supported by the whole entire African Union. Na Ghana come, and a Yesarafa begi seat into OAU meeting. Yanin na net naso. President Kufuor betoye, Thabo Mbeki betoye, Festus Mogae betoye. All the African Union meeting be a Yesarafa until say Yesarafa Ombeku 2005. Papa shared issues one after another, invasion after invasion, invasion after invasion. Not the Palestinian government as a key, but Hamas funded their rebels. And this woman could do almost someone here. You and I, the news on BBC, the news on CNN. But do sometimes some of us are Juma regional. Israel has or any means or the creative tension for the world sympathy and start to unleash pressure. Or would release here, Bibi Netanyahu mune, Ehud Barak mune, your friend say, Sharon. The other them are almost called problem. What did they do? On the day eye for eye. Ukumba Moshida and the day eye for eye and by Noma Kansas. Ukum Israeli Bakwan, Omsubekuma Palestinian state. Papa, until when a Palestinian, what you come in a modern world, yes, we need passport, we need airport, we need ports. Say, never ye, Ukas all the drone comma Palestine, show the drone comma Israel, and send up Israel flag in their comma Palestine. Papa,
and not doc, nan coming baby, say, since 2007, and I said the okay in Israel for a control, or more airspace, or more sea, or more BBA. Enti ebane senya enano omo atimi a break it out of sa nneema ni nyina omo akwa akotutu
Basa Hamas for no de omo nyina Jew for no masa so ha difference ni mo omo nyina kakasa baako omo nyina ni yepe omo nyina bibi apart from dress code enti omo timi wura border no so na ade ya ewura ho a obi on tickets na se no wo Israel o Jerusalem no o Jerusalem ya to war and na the Gaza Strip no. So we see Jerusalem city, echo the old Jerusalem no, Gaza Strip no, the last house, Queen of Sheba, Ethiopia for fee. The Gaza Strip no, and yes, I said there will be an say you, a quite zigzag road to be a Udua, or cross so we see the territory of the Arabs. Jew for na yo nyamnam ye, a road in the Daho, that's the Gaza Strip in road. And you cross to say the zebra crossing. The last house now will cross every day Jerusalem. And they call Gaza Strip. That is old Jerusalem city, Ramallah, called the other places. A honey minara will be our pilgrim. Ghana Sofubia will be an hour Israel Busani say. All burden, court 5, court 7, baby I try Jesus, baby I try him. If you need a tomb Bible, Israel, you can only get Bible from the Arabs. Baby at the tomb of Jesus Christ, baby at Jesus, you didn't put ye. Baby at Omuku, and as Omu, hanging on. Self your Arab phone at your Juni, Biana. Or the uniform called you man will appear. Actually, be our Israel order. Western one, you could not have vampire, because Western one for the tea. Movie and Amuko, you dream you man. Only Israel for your military, only your uniform P, Arab phone to get to Munatua. Al-Aqsa Mosque, Arab for the to you need the antiho. In Tadden, we are say, it's me credit no credit say. Say all Jerusalem city no credit say, I have the Jesus monument, Jesus Mutombi now. Arab for the team there. Why do you then refuse to recognize them as a country? And back to your question, say, then Papa, yes, about the Israel 5.6 Omo areas, no. Aya be ponu so sa the land ni nyina Arab for no binti omu pushi Arabs no omu pushi and the world seems not to talk about it. Now country Ghana 2 times 2006 2007 country Ghana was voted to be or elected to be the UN Security Council. Ya got 3 times. The last one 2021 2023 2 years no. Ghana will not point up the chair UN Security Council as president of the UN Security Council. Ghana ambassador to the UN Harold Adeajima Munkobusan said, and then about the team, even he made a speech and recognized because countries will recognize the Palestine as a country. Niamum function Ghana come. Ghana champion the idea Emma Palestine the Sarafat being a seat to African Union because no international community be or joining. And I'm shocked and I'm amazed. Said Ghana issue a statement condemning. Me, I condemn any form of atrocities, whether from west or from east, whether from far right or far east. I condemn. But not notwithstanding, Ghana cannot overlook. So 1 year ago, November 1st, 2002, Ghana elected 2001, June, and other year, UN elected the UN Security Council member. Over chair council no 2022 just last year November 1st Wow ambassador permanent Harold Adeajiman issue instruction Emma Israel for the delegation Rashiba Nanado so 2000 over Rashiba Krumha said they cannot understand 2022 assembly making said in Ghana other speech Abe recognize Israel for new woman Yemen Fuko, no more Palestine. And then Ghana, the same Ghana turn around. Blame, oh God of mercy. Find a say diplomacy. Find a say diplomacy. November 1st, 2022, Harold Agerman at the UN presidency has Ghana been the chair of the head of security. I blast it. I'm a for send the delegation back home. I be protesting. Said the Ghana can ye. And they want Ghana to all withdraw na Ghana so withdraw. And ne because yes, is car. And what it is me say the background of the story is not this news item to explain.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, sir, Yeshua Yitzhak Rabin, who in Israel history is the only Din Rodef, a pursuer of justice. Our year Najin said, Yamfum Kulmauno. And the Israeli conservatives, together with the Americans, at the assessor, there be no more peninsula. Because a certain Clinton is no more in power. Omar begging after Clinton, even Trump. So watch it, Trump administration, he did not give credence or criticize Bibi Netanyahu. Bibi Netanyahu had a problem with Trump.
Trump recognize the capital.
Yes. He's a straightforward man. Now Joe Biden will be on no propagation. One Hamala. I want to be a president, rather than say the world should tone in the propagation, the agenda of LGBTQ plus. Such a president, or only the only weak and the most US president who attacking the Israel issue.
Joe Biden.
He's only one. And one can't be cry. Now what to move just an issue. Country I want the air defense system. Country when the airport, country when the structured army. Now United States and Nrachi will move all the USS, almost cruiser missile ships in the whole region. And they call a population, harmless population of about 2.5 million. Can you imagine?
And Benjamin Netanyahu said it be or catch or met was will be into because obey Gaza desert island.
Papa. Bibi Netanyahu, and only the sustenance with me or Sabaya because when he had an issue of corruption bedeviled on his neck, Israel is Israel Prime Minister and Knesset, Israeli Knesset, it is the type of the Pacific government, So time be a lose one member of your parliament in the case of NDC MPP, your parliament, say parliamentarian way MPP. Under the Israeli Knesset system, the parliamentary system of Israel, who free Bibi Netanyahu party by the other opposition, that the next or then the government to form. And in Netanyahu lose back our demand Ehud Barak. The only thing he used to come back is to fight and then collect the land of Palestine. That is the politics Israel need be what here. And then what do in other words, Bibi Netanyahu election time of Babylon. So you and I know you're Hamas for but you and I can tell you say and Hamas the trigger a fight, because we've been to Hamas because we news. But BBC will news say Hamas are cooking Israelis, Monfa numbers and just to gain grounds to do politics. In any case, Tama Arafat, Yitzhak Rabin, Obewuno, Ada Yitzhak Rabin Yukuno, that very day, why are not just piano? Now I'm Israeli helicopters. It's in the window, a hange, but to God Almighty, surprisingly, the first person to visit Yitzhak Rabin, Mrs. Rabin, was a Arafat of Aina Kogura Krumo. Or Timiko, Israeli government bar so mobile Shama, Menab, my wishing condolence, and there's Arafat to all. From that time, and said no. You're very limited, and a true Western wife. Almost started some poison papano gradually obenya Parkinson disease and subsequently no team kasa odi here. Now if the world looks at this, now mebusa will say and then kwa na Israeli Palestine won't mean solve. Now who say
me kwa na me bisa say ai sa Britain ni US ro interest or sa asem no mani say omo then or na they benefit from
me bisa say the world. We are so difficult and so wicked. Some of us that have been in the industry of diplomacy, international politics and international affairs. No, I'm telling you on authority, sir. The United States, any NATO, any European Union, I say Russia, who started a military operation, who then elevated it to military invasion, who now declared war on Ukraine. More fight, I'm a Ukraine, why and self-determination, one playing my Russia. Is it the proper, what is the difference between Israeli and then the Palestine? Tell me the difference. Tell me the difference. Can anybody tell me the difference? Subjectively, because they are Palestinian, the Arabs will be in Momo. Now, country Iran can say, or that wipe Israel from the Middle East calendar because they were not there.
And no, I mean, monitor now, and Hamas, or more issue statement to be videos are now, or nay, say, or more kokum Israel soldiers will be almost a man, almost stripping woman naked. And almost stripping a man naked, almost Israel for purportedly say Israel
against any form of any pressure, any human being, because the POWs, even is the army to the uniform, even is POWs, but innocent women and children, to the best of my training of diplomacy that I have, women and children, old people, old men and old women, now the reverse entry of it, Israel Kosovo, Otimi bombarded the whole city, the whole area, regardless of whoever lives there. But Israel is the best sniping country or the capacity to enter and catch the Hamas people and have a street fight engagement with them. And then no one call street to street and chase about Hamas. Now rather than area bombardment to kill innocent people. And it's a whole killing innocent people. I only the ones stripping naked and then they have news for you to see. But what about those ones who are done them or sending passing or bata or then a melgun block or good so? What is the difference?
Doc, finally, dear Ekosue, Yenim say Equa, Nejai, where the say Benjamin Netanyahu Nenia Brepa because it or ending once and for all.
Obayan once and for all. Nyankopon Otiase my Jew for no, and Otiase my Arab for no. You and I, and no any other person, because their fight, is biblically, Quranically been mentioned. And Yamino meaning the bit must solve. But the people, if they want to solve, they will solve. But if it's left with even one person called the Palestine person, they will still come back. Said the Israel for this person, the land was empty until the Palestinians took over. No, I went to my Baba build their country. Say, well, no, dominant. Do you think, say, the judgment? Every generation will solve the problem. Let it be Bibi Netanyahu's time. Then at international politics and he's due for elections. And to divert the Israeli attention and to gain support, all Jewish around the world. Israel population in Israel only 3 million. But Israel population outside Israel, they are about 21 or 25 or 40 million. They are not different from Lebanese. That has only 3 million in Lebanon. And they have about 27 million outside the world. The country, all Israelis around the world, all the Christian democratic governments around the world, all the independent democratic forums around the world, including the Vatican, all of them, they pull money and give it to them. And then a Bibi Netanyahu, let them go ahead and do it. Some of us, we are not equipped, but some of us, and those are the who understand the nitty-gritty of the story, Countries, disagree. India would disagree. North Korea would disagree. Russia would disagree. China would disagree from you. Argentina would disagree. Most of the European countries, including Germany, at a point they said, no, we can't continue like this. But who am I and who is you? Who are you to talk?
Doc, yes, you bet me affected the world economy.
The BNY affected world economy as far as those two countries' issue is concerned. A power broker of world commerce. Israeli, what? Israeli at this point, they get only sympathizing. They are not sympathizing government like Ghana government to play double standards because of Oka Koturisika. Manchester, you can't be yesterday. Accuse Israel. Not a day. Only the first country among the African region are also best. Whereas also other brothers and sisters, when it comes to matters like this now, anybody in diplomacy, the answer is no, the answer is not yes, the answer is not no. You stand in the middle and then preach about what Ghana did was Ghana talking about the world global peace and sustainability of world peace. That is the Ghana diplomatic standards. We are in the middle, and then they would go far right, shamefully. In terms of marketability or global politics, the power brokers now women produce our products, our marketing, women Russia, Ukraine, women expose Europe, women expose Africa. Israel the product to be anyhow. Or higher end product in agri technology and your commercial product you turn the street is so. Palestine only product to be a turn baby. It doesn't affect any global. Okay. The only shift that it affects is America are moving in military, we're moving in might. And then I can't believe this. 6 United States naval cruiser vessels at their core region to face a country. And what does it mean? That it means is that you are going to wipe everybody. And once you are wiping everybody and have it a ground, Bibi Netanyahu, who happens to be a good friend that I like so much because of his political intelligence, let's talk about wiping woman. Let him wipe. But what about Russia and Ukraine?
Ghana evacuate ya free.
Ghana or evacuate to be that because this is the evacuate. Ya this year no, Israel side, only Palestine side.
Okay. All right.
And Israel side only Jerusalem, only Beersheba, only Nazareth, only Ibn Yehuda, only Ewo, Jerusalem. I want that Jumahon will be at it. And hardly no Jerusalem no rockets and baho. But you and I know it's Israeli or anti-rocket or anti-fire or nina missiles no. It's rocket ba in the air. Once a while and a drop. But as we speak right now, no, obi a Jew in Ibiano, Yamani tuition Butumania man and lose my gas mask nation. Yeah, we are foreign and to look at them. But when it comes to defense, they are trying to really will defend. In the Ghana for all, there's nothing because evacuating or because Israel or my resident permit. In the Ghana, Israel person will pay. I will be paid.
Okay, Doc. Ma ye no ase papa menimati for ye dasi ye grateful pa o enchemu a wode amaye no megidi se ye koye nimu no bibia hia be san ba ne no aba be bonkomu bi
Monsamra
Dedi kama Mamena Pendream TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, Pendream TV.